Without further ado, let me bring out our next performer. He is one of Canada's most infamous freedom fighters. He smuggled himself in the back of a Cessna to get to the United States, and that is not really a joke. They have requirements between the countries, and he had to sneak into the U.S. to be here tonight. He is the truth seeker, the love super spreader, Alex Lasarev.
All right. Free range humans, how you doing? Guys, you're gonna need more energy than that. We're the ones that have to repopulate the planet. You realize this, right? You know what I'm saying? One of my prepper friends was like, bro, the economy's gonna melt down. You gotta buy silver guns, get some Bitcoin. And I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna need Bitcoin. I've got unvaccinated sperm. Bro, if they're paying $50 a pop now, 1-2 years tops, I'm gonna be a billionaire. Forget about it. I've been spending the last 2 years basically trying to wake people up. Anybody? Anybody? People are so gullible at this point. Like, if the next thing they do is the old alien invasion card, some of us are getting ready for it. People are so gullible. Most people are just gonna go, "Are the aliens vaccinated?" That's gonna be their question. Fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I did. I snuck into the country literally on a plane to get out of. It's ridiculous. I snuck out of the country. I get to Montana. Communism is not good. Canada's gone. It's just gone. If you follow what's going on, it's gone. And I get to Montana, and Montana was so free. It was too much. My brain almost exploded. It's like, you can just do anything. Anybody, shoot guns and just party, and everyone's normal and nice. I'm like, yeah, every state I go to, I'm like, I'm moving here. Every state, it doesn't matter. Arizona, I'm moving here. Everywhere. Then it was too much for me because I'm used to, and then I got to California, and then I felt normal. California's like Canadians with guns. That's California, It's the same. It's the same. But I've been doing what I can, making videos and comedy to try and, and I did so much stuff. At one point I had this, as a form of protest, I had this yellow star on me that said unvaxxed on it, right? And I went to buy some vegetables at this market, and this guy looks at me, he's like, "Hey, what's with the yellow star, buddy?" And I'm like, "Well, as an unvaccinated person, I'm not allowed to eat at a restaurant, fly, or do lots of normal things everyone else can do, so I feel like I'm being segregated against like the Jews were in 1930s Germany." And he looked at me. That's not the punchline. He looks at me and he goes, "Oh, well, I find that very offensive." I said, "Well, I'm Jewish and I think it's hilarious, so I'm just gonna keep doing it." What do you think? Yeah. But I did so much stuff, and at one point I literally got to a point where I'm exhausted. I can't wake people up anymore. Now I kind of leave it to the universe. God is gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Unless God wants me to do it specifically, then it's really, if it's in my face, I'll do it. Example. I went to a yoga class, and a lot of awake people in yoga. And I walk into the class, a guy walks in right behind me, stops, looks at his watch, and goes, "Oh man, I forgot my second jab appointment this morning." And I look at him and I'm like, "Yeah, that's funny." and there's a moment where I'm like, "Bro, I can't tell. Are you joking or you're serious?" And he goes, "No, I'm serious. 10 o'clock I was supposed to be there." And I'm like, "Okay." And so I realized the universe was like, I have to talk to this guy. So right after the class, I do the class, and I walk up to the guy. I'm like, "Hey, bro, did you have a good class?" And he's like, "Yeah, it was great." I'm like, "Cool. So you ever take a look at the ingredients in those vaccines?" And he looks at me and goes, "Moderna?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's not the ingredients." He looks at me and goes, "Should I?" I'm like, "You might want to take a look." And then another random dude runs up to him and goes, "It's not even FDA approved, bro!" And I was like, "Yes, God, yes! 2 on 1. So good. So good. But I put so much effort into it, it's just ridiculous at this point. There have been positive things about all this. It's brought all of us beautiful beings together, right? This wouldn't be happening. This is beautiful. I was trying to wake everybody up. At some point, I was just like, you know what? I'm paying $3,000 a month for rent. Why am I trying to keep more renters on the market? I'm just saying, the more people a vaccine takes out, why should we even be paying rent? Let's be honest. Instead of warning everybody now, I just like to hang around mansions that I really like. When the owner comes out, I'm like, hey bro, how's it going? Nice house. Hey, did you get number 3 and 4? I got them right here. What do you want? Pfizer, Moderna, what you want? Is that a pool in the back? Bro, that's a nice house. Why pay rent? Literally, just wait 6 months. We all living in mansions. Just chill. It's great. Guys, if that's crossing the line, you're not gonna like the next 5 minutes. I'm just warming up still with you guys. No, I'm joking. It's fine. It's fine. Listen, there's advantages to the pandemic. Guys, there's never been a better time to borrow money from a vaccinated friend. Come on, you've all thought about it. Jimmy, you know I love you even though you got 4 shots. I love you. You know I'll always love you, but can I borrow $50K? I'll pay you back. Just give me 3 years, Jimmy. 3 years, I'm gonna hit you back. Somebody had to go there. Come on, somebody. I'll tell you what's awkward. I once did a comedy show. I've never told this story, but I have to tell the story. I was doing a freedom rally in Kelowna in Canada. Guy walks up, says, "Oh, I love your stuff. My friend owns a comedy club. You should go and perform." I end up going down to the club thinking, it's cool. As I'm walking in, I see a sign on the side that's just like, vaccine passports. And I'm like, this is during the vaccine passport. I was like, yeah, whatever, they're just doing that for show. I come in, I sit down, I'm talking to the comedians. I realize all the comedians are vaccinated. Then I hear the waitress go, "Get your vaccine passports out, we'll be chugging them at the tables." And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like an infamous freedom-fighting comedian, and I'm about to go do stand-up comedy for a room full of vaccinated people. Guys, that was a long show. It just felt like being in a room full of like 150 internet routers, you know? I told them that too. 2 people got it. 2 people got it. It's been an interesting 2 years. Like, for me, my spiritual connection is what got me through. I don't know about you guys, but if it wasn't for that, forget about it. My ex-girlfriend used to make fun of me. She's just like, you know, for a spiritual guy, you're a little bit of a narcissist sometimes. And I was like, baby, because I'm so spiritual, my narcissism means I love you. You know, because we're all one. Yeah, okay, you guys aren't ready for that joke quite yet. Listen, wait a few years, work on yourself, your vibration will get a little bit higher. That's gonna be hilarious. 2-3 years from now, you're gonna be like, he was funny. My same ex-girlfriend looked at me and she was like, you know, for a spiritual guy, you know, you can be a bit of an asshole sometimes. And I was like, but baby, because I'm so spiritual, me being an asshole is an opportunity for you to forgive me. Anyway, so I'm single now. Dating's been awkward. Like, dating was always awkward, you know what I'm saying? But like through the pandemic, it's really awkward. Like, how do you even, all the things you'd say to a woman you can't say? She's wearing a mask. Hey, it's creepy. Hey, can I see your face? That's weird. That's a weird opening. Like, all the things you'd say, hey, you're beautiful, you got a nice smile, all of it out the window. Like, what do I got left? Hey, nice earlobes. That's creepy. What do you want to do to my earlobes? I'm just saying you're nice and I couldn't see your face. Your earlobes are hot. Like, suddenly I want to earlobes. That's all. There's nothing else but earlobes. It's awkward. What do you put on your Tinder profile? Oh, like my type of woman, petite, spiritual sense of humor, does not participate in global eugenics programs. What do you say? That's not sexy. If you don't know Operation Paperclip, don't contact me. It's weird. It's awkward. One of my friends, if you didn't get that, it's fine. But if you did, you're my people. All right. How was the comedy show? Educational. What one of my friends was like, I don't know how he does this. He was still dating all these women and having crazy sex during the pandemic. I'm just like in my basement writing jokes, and he's like out there, and he's bragging to me. He's like, yeah, I've been having threesomes. Oh, I'm like, great. Like, I know, I've never done it. It's never been a thing for me. I'm happy. I'm simple. Give me one woman. I'm happy. I'm not. But this guy's bragging, and I realized all of us men, we all have the same threesome fantasy. We can deny it, but we all have the same thing. It's you and two beautiful women, and they're all over you. We all have it. And finally, I'm in my 40s. I finally had my first threesome. Yeah, it wasn't the really cool one everyone fantasizes about, though. It was me, my buddy Steve, and some other dude. I didn't like it. It was not. That deserved more. That was a good joke. That's a good joke. You guys. You gotta stay positive. Listen, the pandemic, it has positives. I've had great business ideas. Any entrepreneurs in the room? Okay, really? No. Okay, weird. I had great business, like, for example, for a long time I was joking about starting a dating site for the unvaccinated. I got some great domain names: novax.love, absolutelynopricks.com, and vaccinevirgins.com. I own those. Those are good. It's never been a better time to be a gold digger. Because normally, okay, I see this is going to go dark. All right. Because normally, I'm not saying, normally you got to date someone, gold diggers. You date a rich older guy, you got to wait 15, 20 years, then they croak, you get the money. These days, you got to wait 20 years. 2, 3 years tops, you're good. Date, this guy's like, yeah, it's kind of true, Yeah, so I got a website for that too, vaxgolddiggers.com. I own it. I own them all. I'm gonna be very rich. I don't have a problem. Somebody came up to me the other day. They're like, hey, do you believe in flat Earth? Anybody flat earthers? Be honest. It's fine. No. And he's like, what do you think? I said, I don't care. The government is trying to inject me with formaldehyde. Right. But honestly, because the government says that the Earth is round, it's probably flat. If I had to, just as a general thing for life, just do exactly the opposite of whatever the government says, and you'll be good. That's just how I roll. That's just how I roll. What else? Yeah, I used to be like, I had a really traumatic upbringing. Anybody else? I did. And my mom, she had trauma. She was from the Soviet Union. It was tough. She'd always throw these huge boots at me. She'd literally just be yelling at me, and she'd throw boots at me, and I got good. The advantage was I was like dodgeball champion in school for like 4 years. That was awesome. But I think she had a lot of issues, but now I'm like, she was just getting me ready for 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like when the trauma happened, I'm like, whatever, it's fine. Are you glad the mask thing is mainly over? I kind of miss the masks. It was the one time in history, that people would wear their level of indoctrination on their face, like, here's all the people not to talk to, easy, and I would have fun with it. I'd walk into a store, someone would be like, hey, why are you not wearing a mask? And I'd just be like, I don't believe in conspiracy theories. Sometimes I'd mess with people and just be like, I'm kinky. I like to practice unprotected breath. What's up? Sometimes I do that. Other times I just be honest. I just don't like to participate in satanic humiliation rituals. They just look at me funny. I'll just take my groceries and walk out. Yeah. I got jokes around. I'm doing like an hour. I got like an hour. They're like, can you do 15 minutes? I'm like, I have an hour show just about the pandemic. But okay, I can do 15, sure. It's been great for comedy, though. Like, I'll tell you what. You like people are like, oh, we missed George Bush Jr. because there were so many jokes. This is so many jokes. This is hilarious. But what it really comes down to, honestly, guys, and this is the serious part of the show, it's just about staying in the love vibration, man. It's like, this is the this is the most amazing time for us to like love ourselves and choose who we want to be and what we want to do with our lives. And I just got to this point where I'm like, you know what? The old evil system, it's just collapsing anyway. We don't need to focus on that. We just put our energy into building the new world from a place of love. That's it. That's all we got to do. I joke about it. The way I joke about it is like, imagine all of us, right? And we know what we're doing. We're doing good stuff. We're like in one building, just building new things and having a party and loving on each. People are massaging each other, and people are still in our building, right? And we're having this big party, and then the people in that fear, and they're wearing their masks, they're hobbling around, and they're all messed up and shit. And then eventually they'll just see us over there having an absolutely great time, and they're gonna limp over like this, and they're gonna knock, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, you guys are having so much fun. Can we come inside?" And we're gonna be like, "Of course you can come inside and join us. You probably only got a couple of months left to live anyway, so you might as well party with us." And that's how anyway. But it's been good as an entrepreneur. I had a really great business idea a couple of weeks ago. What I want to do is I want to start a cleaning business, but hire only multiracial employees. Yeah. I'm going to call it ethnic cleansing. I'm ending on that one. I love you all. Good night.